Good afternoon, dear parents. It's 3 o'clock, but I think we have some more parents joining us, prospective parents joining us. I am Mrs. Constance Lok, the principal of Zhenghua Primary School. A very warm welcome to our very first eOpen house. It's being held in our school library, and our colleagues are very far away from me, and that's why I can remove my mask. With us today, we have our vice principals. We have Mrs. Josephine Lim. We have Miss Mary Santana. We also have Mr. Ang Boon Chin. With 3 vice principals in our school and quite a number of heads of department and subject heads, key personnel, who will be here to help take questions during the question and answer session. Okay, so a very warm welcome to all of you for joining us. We'll just wait a few more minutes because we can see more people joining us. Can I just have a sense, how many of the parents, the prospective parents here, how many of you are old boys or old girls of our school? Our school was, either you went to Tsinghua, the old Tsinghua school, which was founded in 1941, or you went to Zhenghua Primary School, which was established in 1989. Are there any parents here who are our old boys or old girls? If you are, could you just maybe unmute yourself and just say hello? No old boys and no old girls? Okay, that's fine. We have quite a number of parents. We have some parents who are old boys and old girls. We also have teachers who are old girls of the school and had such fond memories and came back to teach in our school. So we're just going to wait a little while more. I hope that you have also taken a look at our eOpen House website, as well as our very own Zhenghua YouTube channel. Last year, our school celebrated our 30th anniversary, and we performed a musical. Our students did a musical that was written, composed, directed by our lead teacher for music, Mr. Lu Ting Kiet, and the children were very confident, really impressed and amazed us, and you can see it on YouTube. I'm going to be presenting my screen. Thank you for joining us on Google Meet. I hope you can see our screen here. Now, what I would like to do to start off today's talk, it's not to talk about our school first, but to talk about some key considerations when choosing a primary school. I have been a principal since 2010, and when I talk to parents each year, whether it is in Zhenghua Primary School or in my former school, Head Girls School, these are some of the things that I usually want parents to think about when you're choosing schools. First of all, know your child. What are your child's needs, strengths, and interests? Can the school meet his or her needs and bring out the best in your child? What is really important to you as a parent? So think about your values, your educational priorities as a parent, and the kind of school environments you want for your child. Do you want an environment where there is joy of learning, where your children are able to explore things and express themselves creatively, collaborate with their peers, they have a voice, they can make a difference, they develop in character, and so the education is student-centric and values-driven? Or do you want a school environment that values a lot of tests and homework, preparing the students for exams, for PSLE. Okay. So the kind of priorities that you have will determine the kind of school that you want to place your child in. So think about the kind of school environment. Do you want a caring, warm, supportive, safe environment for your child, where he or she can be himself? Okay? What kind of childhood experiences and education would you like your child to have? At the end of 6 years, what kind of qualities do you want to see in your child? What kind of person do you want him or her to grow up to be? So think about all these. And as I share with you about what our school stands for, what our school believes in, what our school values, then you can think as a parent, is this the kind of educational experience? Is this the kind of childhood that I want for my child? So what we're trying to say is, you know, think about your child and think of the best fit, because different schools are different. Different schools have different environments, different priorities, and different kinds of programs. So think about your child. Now, if you are a parent who values holistic education and lifelong learning, then maybe Zhenghua Primary School is the kind of school that you would want to consider for your child. Right? So let me share with you a little bit about our school. It was established in 1989, but actually the old Tsinghua School was established in 1941. And so our roots go way back in the Bukit Panjang area. Over the years, we asked ourselves, what is distinctive and enduring? Last year, as we celebrated our 30th anniversary, I asked our teachers, especially those who have been in our school for 15, 20 years, what is it that you really love and cherish about our school? And so one thing that came up very strongly, and our students would say this too, is it's our caring culture. The staff care a lot for one another. Among the school leaders, the key personnel, and the teachers, we show a lot of care for one another, and this care is translated into care for the students. And so right from the beginning, when they step into our school with the P6 students as buddies with the P1s, right up to right now, in the midst of COVID-19, everything that we do, the care for our students, their well-being, making sure that they are safe, but also emotionally well and happy, not stressed out, well taken care of. These are all the things that we do and believe in. The other thing that our staff said was how well the teachers and the staff work together. It's an excellent teamwork of caring, committed staff. And so this translates into how they relate to the students. Our staff also talked about the vibrant learning opportunities for our students to develop their interests and talents. And so in P1 and 2, we have a program for active learning. The students engage in music and movement, in dance, in drama, in outdoor learning experiences, in visual arts. And these are some of the vibrant experiences that we have for our students. And right across our school curriculum, whether it is math, science, languages, PE, art or music, we immerse our students in authentic experiences. So for example, if you look at this, the Little Bakers program integrates English, math, and science. Our school is well known for our strengths in the creative arts. And this is a very strong tradition and we're very proud of it. Our students have performed at the Istana, at the Esplanade, in cities around the world. And they are very often invited to perform at the Singapore Youth Festival during performances, the SYS celebrations. And so the arts are very important in our school. They develop confidence, they develop creativity in our students. So if we look at our school mission, vision, and values, We reviewed our vision, mission, and values at the end of last year, and we wanted our vision, mission, and values to reflect the kind of school that we want to be for the 21st century. And so we want our students to be leaders of character, critical and creative thinkers, and lifelong learners. And our mission really hasn't changed. So our school has moved from strength to strength over the last 30 years, but really at the heart of what we do is nurturing the whole child in a caring, innovative, collaborative, and vibrant learning environment. And the values that reflect our vision and mission would be resilience, innovation, integrity, care, collaboration, and excellence. And the motto that we remind our students very often about, to be the best that we can be. So we want to share with you our beliefs. In our school, we tell our students that we love, we value, and accept them for who they are. It's an unconditional kind of love and acceptance. We don't just love them and care for them if they do well academically, if they win competitions or awards, but simply because they are our students and they are our Zhenghua leaders of character. Secondly, we believe that every child is special and talented in his or her own way, and we seek to bring out the best in each of our students. And this ties in with our motto, to be the best that we can be. Finally, we believe that with effort, our students can learn and are capable of achieving their personal best. And so we adopt a growth mindset. We don't think that our students' intelligence or abilities are fixed, but that with effort, with perseverance, they can learn and they can grow and they can improve. And so we tell our students, if you can't do something, you can't do it yet. But with persistence, with effort, they can do it someday. So our value proposition in our school, if you place your child in Zhenghua Primary School, is that of learning for life and preparing our children to thrive in the 21st century. Thomas Friedman, an American journalist, in his book, Thank You for Being Late, An Optimist's Guide to Thriving in the Age of Accelerations, wrote, when the pace of change gets this fast, the only way to retain a lifelong working capacity is to engage in lifelong learning. And you know, with COVID-19, the pace of change has got really, really fast. And the world is even more different right now than it was just last year, something that perhaps we couldn't have imagined. So what we are doing to prepare our students is more important and relevant than ever. So our commitment is to nurture the whole child. That's our commitment to you. If you place your child in our school, to nurture the whole child and to prepare our students for life and lifelong learning. And so the distinctive Zhenghua learning experience really has these four big components. If we want our students to really thrive and succeed in life as whole persons, then first of all, they need values. They need social-emotional competencies. They need leadership skills. So character and citizenship education and leadership are a very important block of our distinctive Zhenghua learning experience. The other aspect of it is actually the joy of learning, inculcating in our students the joy of learning and the skills and the dispositions to learn for life. So, for example, in P5 and 6, we actually teach our students learning how to learn based on the latest neuroscience research. The third block of our distinctive learning experience is actually the creative arts and innovation. And so in our Learning for Life program, as well as our Applied Learning program, we engage our students in the creative arts and also in advocacy and innovation. And finally, in terms of the 21st century competencies, competencies like collaboration skills, communication skills, critical and creative thinking, these we believe are very important for our students to prepare them for life. all these tie in with MOE's desired outcomes of education and the competencies for the 21st century. So when we take a look at the 21st century competency framework, right at the heart of this are core values. And then social emotional competencies like self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship management, responsible decision-making. Actually, to sum up, these are all what you know as EQ, right? And you know, for those of you who are out in the working world, that EQ is just as important, if not more important than IQ, for anyone to do well in the workplace. And then there are 21st century competencies: communication, collaboration, and information skills, critical and inventive thinking, civic literacy, global awareness, and cross-cultural skills. And so together, these help us to achieve the desired outcomes of education, to develop confident persons, self-directed learners, active contributors, and concerned citizens. Many years ago, our then Education Minister, Mr. Heng Swee Keat, who's now a Deputy Prime Minister, talked about every school a good school. And he shared some characteristics of good schools, and these are the characteristics. So they don't come from me, but these are MOE's definition of a good school. And based on this, we believe Zhenghua is a good school. So a good school is one that knows the needs, interests, and strengths of the students and motivates them to learn and grow. A good school has caring and competent teachers who are steadfast in their mission to impact lives. A good school ensures that all the students have strong fundamentals, like literacy and numeracy, and develops them holistically in character, knowledge, and critical 21st century competencies. A good school has the support of parents and the community working together to bring out the best in our children. Now today we have parents from our parent support group here. They are wonderful in supporting our school efforts, and they will be here to share with you their own experience and why they put their child in our school. Our school also works very closely with the Bukit Panjang community, with the Northwest CDC, to benefit the community in terms of the arts and green living. Our school has created a positive school experience for each student, making our children confident and lifelong learners. And we believe in providing opportunities to all students, regardless of their family circumstances. So if this is the kind of school that you want for your child, then we encourage you to place your child in our school. But if you want a school that gives a lot of homework, emphasizes a lot of rote learning and drill and practice, and you want a lot of tests, and you want your child mainly to be prepared well for PSLE, then perhaps you might want to consider some other schools. Because what we believe in is a holistic education for our children. We believe that academic learning is important, but it is not the only important thing, but that character education, creativity, leadership, concern for others, having a voice, making a difference to the community, all these are just as important. And so we believe in preparing our students for life and lifelong learning. And if this is what you believe in too, then we strongly encourage you to join the Zhenghua family and register for our school during the P1 registration. Thank you very much. Okay. So at this stage, we will, I'm going to stop sharing the screen and open up for our PSG, actually our PSG members. So Mr. Jamal, our PSG chairman, is here. PSG members, if you would like to share with us your experiences, why you placed your child in our school, and how you have found the experience for your child. So we have Mr. Jamal. We also have Madam Tan Ping Ping with us. So we would like to invite our And Madam Indy, I can see some names that from our PSG. So, dear PSG parents, it's been a privilege to work with you, and we would like to invite you to say a few words.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon. I'm Jamal, PhD chairman, and also my children are all, I have five of them. Four of them are already in Chenghua Primary School. It's not just because Chenghua is near to my estate or where I live. Chenghua Primary School is very well known school at the time. They don't really go. I have my sorry, my wife was also from Changhua Primary School also. She was the alumni, and my son did register, and he's now in primary six. My second son, who is actually weak in academic, but he gradually picked up, and now he's in primary four. He's doing well. Uh, it's not that you need to push your child. You go and study, have extra class, this and that. I think Changhua, the teachers are all very well trained, uh, because my son, who is actually a very slow pace in learning, so the teachers there have so much patience. They teach him in a very slow paced movement, at the same time having fun while studying. See? So Changhua Primary School is a very good school. And now my third son is in primary three, and my fourth daughter is in primary one. So all of them love schooling in Changhua. And the best thing, when I don't know, when our younger days, when morning we want to go to school, uh, to as a children we a bit reluctant, or tired of waking up, you know. But my children is the opposite way. If they don't manage to go to school, they will cry. So they love to go to school at Tengwa Primary School, and they prefer to go every day, you know, and they be attending. So Chenghua Primary School is a very good school, where teachers are very understanding, and they really look into the child uh, pace, where how good the child is, or how is the movement of this child can adapt to the academic. So they will follow the child pace, and look into it, and always have a one-to-one direction communication that can be arranged with the teachers, parents, and no doubt other than that, as a parent support group, I think the parent support group are also very transparency in communicating. You, if you can't get hold of the teachers, you can actually come to our parent support group, talk to us, and then the parent support group also will bring the subject up to the teachers, the relevant teachers, or the school leaders about whatever the necessary. So it's a very transparency school, and easy for. I mean, if you really look into homework based and every day, it's like lifelong learning. In fact, what the principal Constance is telling about is true. It basically you learn while you grow. It's not that you keep on learning and learn and adapt to what it is. So children will easily can adapt to the surrounding, and love the teachers more. And not only the teachers, I think most of the parents also. So it's a very good school. I maybe I can get some other PSG to talk about it. Ping Ping, any other PSG members that are willing to share? I'll hand over. Thank you, Constance.
Yes, thank you. Ping Ping, Madam Indy. maybe while we wait a little for our PSG parents, I wanted to share with you on the first day of school after the circuit breaker on the 2nd of June, our kids were so excited to come back to school. By 6:45, 6:50, there were so many students. We were so surprised. Okay, so they were very, very eager to come to school. And attendance was very good. So this is how much students like coming to school. So attendance after the circuit breaker has been very high, almost 100% some days, except when the students are sick, right? So this is an indication of how much our children enjoy school. So they were all excited to come to school very early, and then we had to encourage them to come a little bit later, okay? Because school starts at 7:30. Ping Ping or Indy, do you want to share? You want to share something?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'm Ping Ping from PSG. I have 3 kids actually at Zhenhua. One is already graduated in the year of 2017. Actually, until today, my eldest girls still miss the school. She has she has the medical problems, but we have a lot of support from the schools at that time. And until today, another 2 of my kids are still at the Zhenhua. One is at the P6 and the other one is P5. They actually really enjoy the school, and the school is not only about the academics, but it's more on holistic, and even for the parents, we have more bonding with the kids through the schools activities, through the PSG activities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't really have much homework. Consider that, but it's a reasonable amount of homework that can help the children to do, and really they are not leaking out with their academic, but they enjoy also with the school life.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is what I can share. If you like anything, Zhenhua, beside that, the calendar, all this, I think the planning is also quite good. So we, as a parents, we already know what will be going about the calendar, what are the events, so we can plan furthermore for our children. Yeah, so I hope that Indy, you can talk about more about this. Thank you.
Hi, Indy.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
So Indy's eldest son, just graduated. He's now in RI. He got into RI through DSA, a direct school admission. He was our head prefect. And so and Indy, you still have your daughter, right?
Yes, I still have my daughter. She's in primary 4 at the moment. And I have a younger baby
Yes.
coming to 3 years old. So I joined PSG when my son got enrolled in Zhenhua, which was when he was in primary 1. So roughly about 7 years I've been in PSG. I've been with PSG, and I'm in charge of the head of communications at the moment. The reason why, to tell you the truth, my house is not near to Chenghua Primary School. There's a couple of school that is very nearby to my house. When when I decide to put my child to Chenghua Primary School, of course I go through websites, different websites from different schools, and I found that Chenghua to be the best, meets all the requirements, the needs that I want to instill on my child, because I found that Zhenhua has a balance of both education, academic, and also aesthetic wise. And I'm very happy that I got my children into Zhenhua Primary School. And since then, I decided to participate in the PSG and in order to get to know the school more, the teachers, the principal, the staffs, get to see my kid in the school. And also, I find that the teachers are very helpful, very knowledgeable. The staffs are very friendly. Even the canteen people are friendly as well. And they have given a lot of opportunity for my son, and um, a lot of activities. Besides being the head prefect, he also gets to present, assist the mayor, the former mayor, Mr. Teo Ho Pin. And my daughter, she used to be the prefect, but now in P4, she's no longer prefect, but she's still doing well. She's doing good in her drawing as well. Her English has improved tremendously, because previously she's more of an introvert compared to the brother, but she's more open now. She's more, her English has improved tremendously actually, and her Malay as well. So basically, I have no regrets putting them into Chenghua, and I'm very happy with the teachers there. They're very helpful. They mm, they would go through uh, the extent. You see, they would personally call you if anything crops up, or crops up, or if you email them, they would just email you back whenever they are free. You know, I believe that every parent need to uh, weigh what do you think is best for your child. You should. We parents, we know our child better, so we should know that some children, like my kids, they cannot just based on academic only, you see. So I have to choose a school which is very balanced in everything, and I feel that, yeah, being in Zhenhua is the best. And being in PSG, I have meet a lot of friends that I'm still with now. I feel that it's the second family to me. And the PSG, the parents are all very supportive, very helpful, and we get along very well. I thank you guys for that, and I still appreciate them. So I really hope that, basically, you just need to uh, weigh yourself, and talk to your kids, and hopefully you can choose Zhenhua as your stepping stone. Thank you.
Thank you, Indy.
No problem.
Now, we can have a Q&A. So for our parents, prospective parents, do you have any questions? There are many school personnel here to help answer them. Okay, parents, are you aware that we have a student care center this year, and next year we will be having an MOE kindergarten? We're starting MOE kindergarten for K1 next year, and there will also be a K-care. So we are undergoing upgrading. The building is largely completed, and we'll just need a few more months. So even though there was a little bit of delay because of COVID-19, but construction works are being resumed this month. So we have lots of exciting facilities, new and different facilities for our students next year. Okay. What I will do is, since there are no questions, we'll share a little bit with you. I'm going to present my screen again.
Hi, sorry, I
Oh,
had a
yes,
question.
yes, you have a question.
Yeah.
Good. Yes, Nikki.
Yeah, hi. Yeah.
Yes, hi, Nikki.
Yes. Yeah, hi. I saw from the website that CCA is actually held on every Friday during school hours. And I
Yes,
also know that other school actually hold it after school hours. Is there any
yes,
reason? I'm not complaining. I think it's quite good in a way. I think children still get to go home early. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, so this is something very interesting and it's innovative. So our school started this a few years ago, And the benefits of doing this, of having CCA during curriculum time, is that every child is in a CCA. So for us, we believe that CCA is key to developing, so we call it character, camaraderie, attitude, CCA. Okay, and so we have this 3E approach, to enrich the to expose the students, to enrich them, and then to enable them to excel, right? So to us, CCA is a very important platform for character education, for developing very strong student bonds, friendships, building relationships. So that's why we have it during curriculum time, and every child is in a CCA. And so it is set as the time is set aside, and then after school, yes, so they don't go home so late. That's right.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Lim Tao Chong, right?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Just want to know, do you foresee in the next 6-7 years, is there going to be another upgrading in Chenhua Primary School? Because I understand if previously there was an upgrading and the students have to move to another premises for their school.
Okay.
So I just want to know about this.
That was a very long time ago. That was around, I think, 05, I think, for the teachers who yeah, that was a very long time ago. That was prime upgrading. So I don't think this will have this is likely to happen. We underwent quite extensive upgrading. So it's on site. Most of our classrooms have been upgraded. They all have sinks, additional cabinets, so the existing classrooms have also been upgraded. And then there is a big building coming up with the indoor sports hall, band room, extra band room, dance studio, additional special rooms, a performing arts studio because of our school strength. So not every school has a dedicated performing arts studio, but our school, because MOE recognizes our strengths in the creative arts, we are given a 200-seat performing arts auditorium. So this is already quite major, together with the kindergarten, K-care, all the playground, outdoor fitness facilities. So, unless MOE announces another round of upgrading, I don't think there will be another one. The previous round of upgrading was around 2005, about 15 years ago. So not likely in the next 6 to 7 years.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, I have another question.
Yes,
Will robotics
yes.
class still be available for my kid when she reaches P3?
Okay, there are no plans. I mean, I can't tell in 3 years' time. I cannot promise. But at the moment, robotics is a very popular CCA, and there are no plans to remove robotics at the moment. Our students do well in competitions as well. Okay, they do win prizes. In fact, last year we were invited. Our students were asked to represent Singapore in an international competition, but we didn't go because they had to pay. I mean, invited to represent Singapore, but you still have to pay for your airfare and all your travel expenses. But our students are good at robotics and they like it.
Yeah, that's good to know. Thank you.
So I'm going to just brief. Oh yes.
Sorry, it's me again.
Yes.
It's just one thing. What makes Chenhua stand out from vis-a-vis Bukit Panjang Primary School or Beacon and all this? Is just a few words to summarize just to what makes Chenhua stand out, let's say, among these nearby schools.
Okay, so I would say character, leadership, creativity, learning for life. Okay, so our school is particularly strong in the arts. So the creative voice of the child, the creativity, that's something that is distinctive to us. Maybe not so apparent perhaps in Beacon or in Bukit Panjang Primary.
Okay, thank you.
So to support what we believe in, I'll share with you a little bit about our upgrading. It's very exciting what's coming up. So these are the facilities funded by MOE under the upgrading. So the sports and outdoor play facilities like the sports hall, outdoor fitness area. We have invested in extra funds. So we have 2 sets of fitness equipment, not just one. The basketball court and outdoor education trail. Right. So this is something that we are planning. It's really quite exciting for next year. Yeah. Everything should be completed by the end of this year, hopefully, if the COVID-19 situation doesn't get worse again. This is the 250-seat performing arts studio that I told you about, dance studio, band room, PAL room, student care center, MOE kindergarten, additional classrooms, which we are converting into special rooms. You know, all these things, actually some of these have already been built. Okay. So then what I told you about CCA to us is about character, camaraderie, and attitude. And we have a 3E approach. So we look at not just the outcomes. It's not just about winning competitions, but it's about the process. So having the exposure through learning, different learning experiences, enriching our students with skills, looking at character and leadership development, and then giving them opportunities to excel and perform at their personal best. And then, of course, you have heard from our parents about school parent partnership. So we believe that it takes a village to raise a child. And so our PSG is very vibrant, very committed, very happening. Mr. Jamal, there were like more than 100 activities that PSG was involved in last year, right? You know, so these are just some of the very vibrant PSG run activities. So as a school, we welcome parents to be part of the life of the school. So maybe when you were a child, you might remember the principal will say, parents, go out, don't come in, leave, you know, but out, you know, we are in a different age now. We welcome parents to come in, to join us, partner us in developing our students, right? So this is where we are in our school. All right. Okay. Any other questions?
Hi.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to.
This is Cherish.
Yes, that's right. Hang on a minute. I'm going to stop sharing so that I can see you. Yes.
Would you like to share with us some of the achievement that Zhenghua students gotten like last year or this year?
Right. Okay. So our students do very well in the SYF. So for art, for example, our students won recognition awards, and they were exhibited. They were also invited to have to actually run art workshops last year during the Singapore Youth Festival. This year would have normally been the Performing Arts SYF. So our choir, our dance groups usually get distinction awards. Okay, but because this year there was because of COVID-19, it was cancelled. But before COVID-19 happened, we were actually invited again to perform during SYF, during the presentation. Normally, it would have taken place in July at this time. So the arts, the students do really well. They also win achievements for robotics and in the math and science Olympiads as well. So our students have also won awards for math and science competitions. And some for languages, for you know, oratorical, you know, oracy competitions as well. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do our heads of department want to share anything, or the VPs? We have very committed key personnel who have been with the school for many years. They go the extra mile. They love our school. Do you want to share a little bit more about
Hi, sorry, could I squeeze in a question?
Yes, sure.
It's actually regarding a student care service at
Yes.
Zhenhua. So, could I find out the capacity actually for the student care service within Zhenhua, and what's the criteria for entry? And I think on top of that itself, by when actually we should start even looking at it or even to apply for it?
Sure. These are all good questions. Currently, we have about 60. So we have a capacity of about 60. But the understanding is always that if there is a need, there are students who really need it, we can be flexible and we can open up another classroom as well. Okay, so it really depends on the needs. But currently we have about 60, just under 60. In terms of the criteria, we give priority to students who, okay, so there are a few considerations. The one group would be students on financial assistance, and both parents are working, right? And they are in primary 1 or 2. This group will have the first priority. I think you can understand that. But there are also quite a number of students that we have taken in P1. So P1 and 2, we give priority to the P1 and 2 students. And in fact, most of our student care center students are P1 and 2 students. Okay, so what we do is to give priority to P1 and 2 first. All right. So especially if both parents are working, you do not have any alternative childcare, even if, let's say, you do not need financial assistance, that's okay. All right. And then there is still the MSF, subsidy. So depending on different income levels, there will be different levels of subsidy, right? But for parents to qualify for the subsidy, both parents need to be working. And so this is how we go about selecting students. And then the other thing about the timeline would be, if you were to register your child at our school, we will already ask you whether you're interested in the student care center. So you can already, put in indicate your interest. All right. And then once your place in our school is confirmed, then we can begin processing it. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I just want to check, based on past
Yes.
year statistics, what is actually the vacancy rate? Is it always fully subscribed? Does the school have to go balloting?
Okay, so it varies. Last year, we still had a small number of places left at Phase 2C supplementary. So it's most of the places are taken up. And in fact, over the last 3 years, we have had 8 classes of P1 students. Okay, so the school is pretty popular, but it varies. Sometimes we may ballot at Phase 2C supplementary, but not at Phase 2C. So it should be quite comfortable. If you live within 1 or 2 kilometers of our school and you come during Phase 2C, the chances of getting a place very high.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Another question.
Yes, Mr. Xavier Ng. Yes.
Yes. My question is, just now I heard you had mentioned on EQ development.
Sorry, I
I would
can't
like to
really
know
hear
more.
you very well. Mr. Ng, I can't really hear you so clearly. Could you speak a
Okay.
little louder, please?
Okay. Just now I heard that you had mentioned on EQ development.
The
Okay.
development,
Yeah.
What
Then
is-
what are the activities that are done to help them in this area of development?
okay, so you're asking about the activities?
He was asking about EQ development.
Ah, I see. Okay, thank you very much. So
Yeah.
social emotion, okay, so EQ is really about self-awareness, okay, self-management, relationship management, and social awareness and responsible decision making, right? So at P1 and 2, a very important platform for developing these social emotional skills are actually through the program for active learning. So our teachers, and so most of the time it is in group work, And even now with COVID-19, we make sure that it is safe. Okay, so there's still safe distancing, and of course we have to do a modified version. But in normal times, there is group work, and the teachers design the task in such a way that it will get the students to have to develop these skills. I give you an example. Sometimes they have an activity where the teacher deliberately, the materials are deliberately not enough for one child, for one thing, one item. So they have to learn how to share. Okay. So the teacher set up the activity such that the children have to collaborate, they have to share, they have to, talk about their feelings, express themselves. Okay. And then we have something that we have the form teacher guidance period that runs right from P1 to 6. And many of the activities which are interactive are also designed to inculcate values education as well as social emotional skills. This is the learn part. All right. So there are stories, there are cases, role plays, and the kids engage in discussion. So we have a learn, apply, and reflect model for character and citizenship education. So this is part of the learning. We have our assembly talks. So there is the explicit teaching bit. But then the apply part comes when the students have to apply their learning in their everyday lives. So there are opportunities through CCA, leadership roles. So every student has a class leadership role. Some students have a school level leadership role. They are involved in community service, or what we call VIA, values in action. And what we do is to encourage our students to even initiate. So we have student-initiated, student-led values in action. So for example, today, our head prefect and vice head prefect who are in P6, so preparing for PSLE, but they shared with the whole school through Google Meet, something that they initiated themselves. It's called Bags of Love, to get students to donate items as well as backpacks for the migrant workers who are building our new building, the construction workers, right? To show care and concern for them, right? So this is really values in action. Okay. We also have our LLP, our Learning for Life program, and also our ALP, which is Advocates and Innovators for Sustainable Living. So the students have many opportunities to work in groups, to collaborate, to solve problems, to engage in value creation. They come up with ideas, with artworks, with solutions, with posters. They might write, skits, do presentations to solve issues related to sustainable living. So in the process of doing this, they are developing their EQ and 21st century competencies like critical and creative thinking, communication, and collaboration skills. Right? So this is part of our school holistic curriculum. Right throughout. So this is the apply part. Then of course we get the students to reflect that at regular intervals, we actually put in reflection time into our form teacher guidance period. For the students to engage in reflection in terms of their values, their social emotional competencies. So it's this whole cycle of learning, applying in everyday life, reflecting, and then learning again. Okay?
All right. Okay, thank you so much.
Mr. Jack Lim? Oh, okay, I thought you wanted to ask a question.
Yes, I did. Sorry.
Yes.
Actually, just one last question regarding the CCA. Are there any plans to include in new or even to start new CCAs for next year or the years to come?
Plans to start new CCAs, right? Okay. So, well, no concrete plans at the moment, but we're always open to suggestions. And if we do a market survey and we find that there is a critical mass, then we can consider starting a new CCA. So I give you an example. When I was a principal of Hague Girls' School, at first we didn't have a drama club. We had a talent development program for students who are very strong in drama to take part in external competitions, but we didn't have a drama club. We also didn't have soccer at first. But then we had teachers coming up to us to say, our students are very talented in drama. They love this. We should have a drama club, and they were prepared to be the teachers in charge to train the girls. And then I had another group of teachers saying, we have done our survey, and we want to start a girls soccer team because the girls are interested, and they also wanted to train the girls. So these were some things, some new CCAs that were started. But we need to have a critical mass. We also need the teachers who have the passion to want to lead it. So these are possibilities. But at the moment, we don't have concrete plans to start new CCAs yet. But we're always open, okay, to suggestions.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, Miss Constance.
Yes, Sherry. Yes.
Is there a live tour going on in school?
Live tour, yeah. So, unfortunately, because of the COVID-19 situation, we are not having live tours. If you can see, schools in Singapore are all having eOpen houses.
I thought you've been giving the live tour using a camera to show us around the school.
I see. Are you aware that we have a virtual tour
done by the students, right?
Yes, the eOpen house. Yeah. So, have you seen the virtual tour? Because that is basically as good as a live tour, because they take you around all the key areas in the school.
Sure. Yeah. I'll take a look at that. Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, that's right. So, okay, let me ask some of my colleagues. Yes, they can, the live tour they can present the screen. They can show the live tour.
Show you all the places in our beautiful school compound which made our school life so colorful. So come and follow us.
This is our general office. We have friendly staff to help us with administrative matters. There is a sick bay in the general office, and if we are sick, the office staff will help us contact our parents.
When we are here, just press the bell and wait. Hello, Madam Melissa and Madam Yati.
Good morning, student. How may I help you?
Outside the general office and school lobby, we alight aboard the school bus here. Dear parents, if you are sending your child or children by cars, please note that move on quickly and drop them off here to avoid congestion. Do note that no vehicles are allowed in the school premises during break dismissal time. Oh yes, please also drive slowly and be more patient while driving around the school vicinity.
Now, we shall move on to our school gate 2. Parents can drop off or pick up their children here. For primary 1 students, teachers will bring them to the void deck for dismissal.
This is our security post. All parents visiting the school must report to the security post to get a visitor pass. Please display the visitor pass prominently so that we know you are officially allowed to visit the school.
So our school is very safe. You can only come in after you have signed
Security
in.
and safety are very important.
Now we are at gate 3. Please take note that gate 3 is open during specific hours. Remember to report to the security post to get the visitor pass. Oh, I have to say this. You must be punctual for school every day. Don't be late.
I can smell the aroma from my favorite food stall. This is our canteen. Here, they serve the healthy meal plate. Food that is cooked with less oil, salt, and sugar. It also comes with a serving of fruit. There are 2 halal stalls, rice, noodles, and drink stalls. We have to queue up orderly to buy food at all the time.
After eating, we must return the used plates to the utensil return station. This is to teach us the value of responsibility. We must keep the school clean.
This is our favorite place, the school bookshop. We love to come here to buy stationery and books. On both orientation days, the school bookshop will be open from 11 to 12 p.m.
Next to the bookshop is the dental clinic. our friendly dental therapist, Madam Ya, will schedule a checkup to check the oral health of your child.
Right now, we're at the red waves. The red waves is where your child can wait for their siblings during the semester times and go home together.
Hey, let's go to my favorite place in the school.
Where is it?
Haha, a place where I can bury my nose under the books.
Oh, the library! Right now, we're at our lovely library. Please take note of the library opening hours shown here. Every student is encouraged to bring and read the book during silent reading in the hall every morning. Now let's go into the library and meet our librarian. Hello, Madam Chia.
Hello.
The last place on the ground floor is the orange booth. This is the place where students can gather and wait their student care teachers to bring them to the student care centers.
This is our multi-purpose school hall. This is the place we all assemble in the morning for assembly and do our silent reading. I like to come to school by 7:10 a.m. There are pre-assembly segments such as value talks and talking points presented by our schoolmates. The school also shows us current world news.
Yes, I remember. They show us the typhoon in Hong Kong and the hurricane from USA. I really empathize with the people who suffered from these natural disasters. Aren't we lucky to be living in Singapore?
I like love tunes when we learn and sing new songs as a school. La la la. We are on the third floor and this is our innovation lab where all the computer lessons take place. And I love computer lessons.
Right now we are in the digital music lab where we have our music lessons. We learn to sing different songs and play different music instruments.
Let me introduce to you our studio ports. This is where our signature dance lessons take place. We learn traditional and fusion dance steps too.
This is our Van Gogh studio, where we let our creative juices run free. Look at the beautiful art pieces.
I really love the exposure that music and art lessons give me. It makes me a whole person.
Hi, I think we have missed out the most important area that the parents are eager to look at.
What is it?
Primary 1 parents.
Of course, it's the Primary 1 classroom.
The Primary 1 classes are located in the first and second floor of the Joy block. They are well decorated and inviting for our juniors. Well, we have come to the end of the tour. Hope you enjoyed the tour with us. Have a good day. Bye!
Okay, so this is a virtual tour, and as you can see, it was filmed a few years ago, so you don't have to worry that our students were not observing safe distancing and not wearing masks because it wasn't done recently, okay? So we would love to have invited all of you to come on a live tour, but unfortunately, this is not possible in the current situation. So there are also other videos on the YouTube channel and on our eOpen House portal, and so you can watch snippets of our musical, our 30th anniversary musical there as well. Tingit, do you want to show them the eOpen House portal?
Hi, Miss Constance.
Yes?
I noticed that the student, the boy, when he was in the canteen, he used a card to pay for food. So, the student is supposed to use a card or
no? Actually, not really. They are using cash at the moment.
I see.
They
Okay.
are using cash at the moment.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
My girl used to be a student of Zhenhua. All right,
Yes.
and back in when she was in the school, because I understand that P1 and P2 when she is assigned to the class, she will stick with the class for the
First two
P1 and
years.
P2, the first
Yes.
2 years.
That's right.
And from P3 onwards and all the way until P6, she has been literally changing class every year
Right.
because
Right.
her grades are getting better and she moved on to the better class. It's only probably like in P5, then her grades dropped slightly and she went back to the second class. So I mean, in P5, P6, I mean, it's just the other time I voiced out to the form teacher last time that P5 P6 is probably just by one subject, A and a B or something like that. So is it really necessary to change the class? Because it's like I personally feel that by changing class every year, especially for her, she don't really have a good soulmate in the primary school. You know, that's my concern.
Sure. I
So
understand.
yeah.
So your daughter has graduated from our school, is that right? But
Yes.
you have another child possibly coming in.
Next
Okay.
year she will be going. Next year he will be going into primary one. Yes.
Right. Okay. So we have changed the way that we do class placement. Okay. So from last year onwards, so last year's P3 students move up to P4, the same class intact, regardless of your results. They stay together for the whole year, and where possible, the form teacher moved up. Most of the subject teachers, there wasn't that much of a change. The English, math, and science teachers. Likewise, from P5 to 6, no change.
I
Okay, so
see. Then
regardless of
that's
how
better,
you
you
do,
see,
yeah.
because
So
it's like
yes,
she was changing from P3 3D to 4C, after that to 5A or something like that, and then after that going
and then to
to
6B and that
6B
kind of
or
thing.
something.
Yeah, every
So
year,
every year is like changing
yes,
class.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
it's like you don't really have a good buddy in school.
Mm,
Don't
yes,
really have. Of course, the good thing is you get to know a lot of people, but you don't
yes,
have a good soulmate, a good friend. You can't
yes.
really form a good friend in school like that.
Mm.
Yeah, but this new system, I think is a better one.
Yes. So we reviewed that because I just came to the school last year. We reviewed it and we thought it was important for the children to have that stable environment because the teachers have built a relationship with the students. The classmates have built a relationship. There's a class culture, a community. So we thought it would be good to keep it that way for two. So they change after every 2 years so that they get to meet new people as well, which makes sense,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. The other thing
Okay,
as
thanks.
well is that from this year onwards, this year's P3, it's not by results. So the classes are mixed ability. Okay. And you can see that especially in P1 and 2, MOE has done away with weighted assessments. There are no weighted assessments, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there are no marks anyway. Okay. So um, from P2 to 3, the students are spread out in different classes so that they can make new friends. But we try to make sure that they have at least one friend from another class, from their class last year, from the P2 class, you know. So
Yeah.
they and so it's not by results. Okay. So when they go from P2 to 3, it's not by results, and we mix the students up, and then this year's P3 will move up to P4 together. But of
Okay.
course, at the end of P4, there's some subject-based bending. So then we will take a look at the strengths of the students. And then the class placement in P5 will be based on how the students do in P4.
Yeah.
That's how
Okay.
we currently do it. And then 5 and 6, they will stay together. And quite likely
Okay.
have the same, more or less the same teachers with slight changes.
All right. And thanks.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Ng, Tingit, do you want to show the eOpen House portal? So there are 2 videos on the Student Care Center. The virtual tour is there. There's also a video on our holistic, distinctive holistic experience, as well as the 30th anniversary video. And this is where you can see the creativity, the confidence, the communication skills of our students in the musical, our in-house musical, done entirely by staff and students. Right? And there's also the YouTube channel as well. So we also have a YouTube channel. Okay, right. If there are no further questions, I'm going to go back to the feedback page for you to give your feedback, because we would like to know how we can improve the open house experience. So you can scan the QR code and give us your feedback about today, and let us know what else you would like to know about school, and we can put it up on our website, on the eOpen House portal, or on the YouTube channel.